Hello guys, how much do you think you need to get to that $1 million mark with XRP? That's obviously when this crypto starts its bullish trend. Share your thoughts down below. In today's video, I'll bring out some of the evidence that points out exactly what's happening in court and the future of this cryptocurrency. Guys, there's so much you need to watch, so I'll try and make it short. That said, without any further delays, let's roll that intro. As always, welcome to MoneySide, your favorite crypto channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you get updates when we drop new videos. And don't forget to smash that like button, and remember you can always leave a comment or question in the section below.
Can you tell me how you think about this issue, which is if Ether was not considered a security in 2014 with its ICO, how is XRP considered one? I mean, what is the argument that the SEC is making that makes in its documents about why XRP could be considered one and not Ether when it had an ICO?
Great question. And that is the $64,000 question, right? Why was one cryptocurrency giving a regulatory free pass, if you will, but then another cryptocurrency that is arguably more decentralized? You know, we could have that debate. It's a debate, right? Is not. And so what Bill Hinman, he said, if you look at his speech, he acknowledged that the ICO, which is an initial coin offering, that Ether, they didn't have the blockchain. They raised money as the ICO. They took that money and then they built the Ethereum blockchain. That is by definition a security. So in his speech, Bill Hinman said, setting aside the fundraising that occurred with Ether's creation, those were his words. So he's acknowledging, okay, that was probably a security, or it is a security. But if you set that aside, he went on to say that today's Ethereum, and this was 2018, that it was sufficiently decentralized. So therefore, there was no, what he called, there was no third party promoter. Now, we've learned that that's not true. And I'm not picking sides. I can prove this unequivocally because we've learned through the discovery of this case that Bill Hinman met 4 to 6 times with the Ethereum promoters. And so he met with them between December of 2017 and June 8th of 2014, at least 6 times. And then he says, well, we don't recognize a promoter. So it really has raised concerns. They've never answered that question, Kathy. Your question is so good and so important. The SEC's refused to answer it. But what we're doing is we're saying, look, if Ethereum is not subject to securities regulation, XRP isn't either. And then we make those specific comparisons that Ripple only controls less than 4% of the validators on the XRP ledger, for example. And I won't get into all those details, but that's really, well, and I'm going to address this in the amicus brief that I file, how if Ether was blessed, XRP by definition had to be as well.
So your theory is that if in fact we get some sort of, whether it goes to summary judgment, if we get to that level, that it's possible that we still could not necessarily, it would kind of be the last draw from the SEC to not release the Hinman emails. They're still protecting those. That to me is one of the critical elements of this entire case, is if those are never released, whether it's through a settlement or something of that nature, how much damage does that do to the crypto space as a whole? Or do you think the settlement would be enough to suffice?
Well, I think that if there was a settlement and there was some kind of guidance, whether it came from Congress or, you know, Gensler led up on his war, then I think there would be less interest in that, right?
Yeah,
but right now, you know,
they need that to kind of prove their case. Sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. And well, I don't think Ripple needs it to prove their case, but it's the huge leverage. Personally, exactly. I think you may agree as well. It's hard to imagine that there's 63 emails, 58 drafts of this speech, and not one person in that chain said, what about XRP? Like it, you know, it's just very difficult because there was an XRP memo written by SEC lawyers dated June 13th, 2018, the day before the speech. So clearly XRP was discussed And, that would give Ripple a lot of ammunition where they could point out and say, look, even these SEC staffers and lawyers believed XRP was equivalent to ETH. And that helps them substantively. It helps them with the fair notice defense,
Right.
and all those things. And so that's what I mean by the leverage. And there could be other, a lot of people think that there could be like dirty laundry in those emails as far
Sure.
as the ethics and all that. But I'm sticking right now that just to the substance of the charges against Ripple.
Binance saying a cross-chain bridge linking with its BNB chain was targeted, enabling hackers to move tokens off the network. In total, hackers withdrew 2 million tokens, about $570 million at current prices. Joining us now is Changpeng Zhao. He is Binance CEO. The hack comes as Binance launches a new program aimed at training law enforcement and prosecutors to fight against cyber crimes. CZ, it's good to see you. It's what we have seen hacked, and this was what, $500 million, $2 billion total. It's always when crypto is moving from one chain, one blockchain to another. Is that when it happens in a cross-chain bridge? What needs to be done?
Yes, so that is what happens for a cross-chain bridge. And what has to be done, I think, the industry, as an industry, we just got to learn how to learn from this kind of mistakes and make our code more secure. But software code is never bug-free. But in the blockchain world, whenever there's a bug, it could result in very large losses. This is one of the cases that happened. But we were able to minimize quite a lot of the damage to less than 100 million now.
Binance, one of the largest exchanges, just got hacked. What's even worse is that the CEO says that even though blockchain is a fortress, it's also almost impossible to protect the network from cybercrime. Which is weird because we've never heard of a Ripple hack. Here's another tweet that I thought was worth sharing. Digital Asset Investor stated, like at John E. Deaton 1, Gary will quit before he has to answer for all that he has done to hurt the investors he claims to protect. Quit or become treasurer, that is. Sad for this country, but he'll probably get away with it because our Congress is worthless. Gary has a scorched earth kind of approach towards cryptocurrencies, and that will do a lot of harm to the crypto world. I've constantly stated that Gensler will harm the crypto world instead of actually protecting the investors. I mean, take for example what is currently happening with Ripple. If Ripple wins, do you think Gensler will pay for all his actions towards this crypto token and the losses he has caused? I think not. I think he'll likely retire before he has anything to answer. Then he will take Hinman as an example. The guy made so many mistakes while in office and now has to constantly go to court to explain what he did. Anyway, away from that, XRP has been crashing it the whole week against Bitcoin. This crypto is the hailed king that we've all been waiting for, and if this continues, the regulatory body will have no choice but to back down and let XRP go. Aside from that, Ripple is expanding its reach by building up a robust partnership with some of the big players in the fiat world. Now, before we conclude, there's a question that I'd like for you to think about. What if Rosie Rios is next in line for the Treasury Secretary position? Yes, Rosie Rios, the same Rosie Rios who's now a part of Ripple's team. Wouldn't that be something? The most interesting thing about this idea is that Rosie is definitely qualified, actually overqualified for the position. And when she takes that office, I'm sure you already know what will happen next. What do you guys think about this? And do you think Rosie Rios' connection to Ripple will bring forth the success of XRP? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.
There is no nobility in poverty. I have been a rich man and I have been a poor man, and I choose rich every fucking time. Because at least as a rich man, when I have to face my problems, I show up in the back of a limo wearing a $2,000 suit and a $40,000 gold fucking watch.
As always, do your own research and always trade safely, guys. Please keep in mind we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. You can always let us know what you think in the comments section below. Let's have a conversation. Thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and please click on that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next Money Side.